Yeah. Morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes.
Yes.
Today I'll be just discussing about the Python fundamentals, starting with the Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation. PSF. We say like PSF. Python Software Foundation, PSF. PSF, right? Non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. The main objective, right? To foster the development of Python version to version. To foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. The year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this PSF, the president is nothing but the personality who developed or who introduced Python. The same personality is the president for this Python Software Foundation, Guido van Rossum. Headquarters. Where are the headquarters, right? Delaware, USA. Official website. Python.org. Official website python.org. So it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. Objective to foster the development of Python from version to version. It received Computer World Horizon Award. Guido van Rossum, he is the president for it. Headquarters in US, Delaware. Official website python.org. So before we go with the installations, other things that you need to know something about the Python versions. Python versions, right? Yes. Python 1.x version, right? Python 1.x version released in the year 1990. Python 2.x version, right? 2.x means 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. The first two version was released in the year 2000, right? After 10 years. The third version released, the version that what we are using currently is third version, Python 3. 3.x version released in the year 2008. So from the last 14 years, right, we are going with 3 version itself, right? But the version what we are using, Python latest version. Python latest version, right? Python latest version, Python 3.11. 3.11 is the latest version, right? Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python, Python 3.9. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version. Mostly used version. Previous stable version. Python 2.7 is mostly used. Yeah. The version what we are going to install is Python 3.11, very latest version. Python installation. So how to download Python, how to install Python, right? Yes, before that, I'll just uninstall Python from my system and I'll show you from the scratch. Apps, apps and features. Python 3.11.2 uninstall. Uninstall. So Python provides different softwares for different environments for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. For Linux, no need of any special installation. By default, Python comes as a inbuilt within this Linux, right? Whenever we install Linux, so Python will be as inbuilt within that, no need of any installation. But for Windows or Mac OS, right, Python provides different softwares. Even for Windows, it provides different softwares. For Windows 32-bit, for Windows 64-bit, separate software Python provides. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit, right? So that you can select the appropriate software. Go to your desktop, right? Go to your desktop, right? Go to your desktop and right click on your PC or computer and say properties, right? So if you see here, system type, you will see 64-bit operating system, right? Now I think everyone using 64-bit operating system, that is Windows 10 or Windows 11. Yes, uninstallation was successful. Just close this. Okay. Now downloading Python and installing of Python, right? Downloading and installing of Python, right? Open Chrome browser. The official site www.python.org. Python.org. This is the official website for Python, right? Yes.
Vijay sir,
Yes.
I
Yes.
have a question. I have MacBook Air,
Yeah.
so the process will be little different, right?
No, same.
It's same.
Yes.
Okay,
Python.
thank you.
I'll let you know right now. Just where to download for MacBook, for Windows, right? So Python.org, right? So this is the official website of Python from where we can download Python software. We can see the documentation of Python for each and every version, right? It provides the documentation. What is, see, okay. And downloads here, downloads folders, all releases. Click this all releases, right? And see the all releases and just scroll down, scroll down. Don't go for active Python releases. Go for looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. So from the last 20 years, what all the versions we see all are available here. From June 22, 2001, Python 2.0.1, right, to the current version. The latest version, 3.11.2. Yes. 3.11.2. February 8, 2023, almost like 45 days back, it was released. 1.5 months back, it was released, right? 3.11.2, right? Click this 3.11.2. Yes. This 3.11.2 version opens, right? Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. You can see your Windows installer 32-bit, Windows installer 64-bit, right? If your Windows is 32, select 32-bit. If your Windows is 64, click the 64. And for Mac OS, right? Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. For those who have got Mac OS, just download this Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. Download and install it. So Windows installer 64-bit, Windows installer 64-bit. I'll click it. Your download will start. Just 24 MB of size. Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules, different thousands of modules for various domains. All the 89,000 modules you are not going to get along with this Python software. Only commonly used modules, like hundreds of modules you will see. Data science related modules, database related modules, big data related modules, different other high-end modules, right? Won't be available in this Python software. Later we will be downloading it and installing it separately by using a component called a pip. Later I'll demonstrate about those in modules concept. Fine. So your download is finished, just 24 MB. Just double click this, just click this exe file, or go to the downloads folder and click that exe file. You will get a window in this way. You will get a window in this way, right? Don't immediately go for installation, right? Don't immediately go for installation. Just say add Python to path. You just click this add Python to path. So here you are adding this Python to the path variable of OS. Just select it. So if you set it, no need to set the environment variables, all those things. Just if you're selecting, otherwise you need to go and we need to set that environment variables path, all those, right? Just select it and go for customize installation. Go for customize installation. And within this, you will see all this documentation of Python you will be getting. Pip. Just now I said for installing any module which is not available in this Python software, right? Ideally, right? Ideally, integrated development environment. And observe here Python test suite. So nothing to select in this. Say just to say next. And here, if you observe, right? Installation location, where you want to install this Python, right? So where it is getting installed by default, if you just say install here, then where your Python is installed means C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python 3.11. Tomorrow, if you want to locate Python, you need to enter into all the subdirectories path, right? It will be too difficult to locate Python. And tomorrow, if you want to install any Python external modules like data science or database or big data related things, right? We need to specify this entire path. So instead of that very big path, instead of in the multiple subdirectories, right? You can just place your mouse before this Python 3.11 and just remove all these previous things. So you want to install Python in the C drive, Python 3.11 folder. A folder with the name Python 3.11 is going to get created. A folder with Python 3.11 is going to get created automatically, and Python is going to get installed into that folder in the C drive, right? Just say install, hardly takes 1 minute for installing it.
Vijay,
Vijay said
it has
Mac,
a
I'm not getting that option.
What is that? What option?
It's welcome to the Python installer. This package will install Python 3.11.2 for Mac OS 10.9 or later. And then it's a kind of introduction. And then in down it's written continue.
Yes. Continue.
Continue.
Yes.
And then again, lots of things are written. Again, then continue. Like print, save, go back and continue. No such options. In the left side, it's a readme. It's a Apple Silicon Mac support, other changes like that.
Next you say continue.
Next is license, history and license. History of the software they have written.
Yes, say next.
Then to continue install. Okay. Now installation type. This will take 166 MB of space on your computer.
Installation type is it giving any customer custom
No,
installation?
it's written click install to perform a standard installation of this software on the disk Macintosh HD.
You're getting any checkbox, right, to add?
No checkbox.
Okay, say continue then.
Install,
Yes.
or here there is option customize, go back and install.
Customize installation, you select if you get customize installation.
Customize, okay. In customize here it's already tick marked GUI application, Unix command line tools, Python documentation, shell profile updater, install or upgrade pip.
Ideal is there?
Yeah, it's a standard install they have written.
Ideally
Is not there.
Okay. Continue with this.
Okay.
So Vijay, this has a inbuilt IDE functionalities also, right?
Yes. You're
Okay.
going to
Are we going to use the same thing or we will use something else?
no. I'm going
Yeah,
to
here ideally came.
yes.
Sorry for interruption.
Yes. So here I'll be showing you on more than 5 IDEs of Python in real time that we use, right? So I'll be discussing about in 5 IDEs, 4 to 5 IDEs, right? Integrated development environments like PyCharm. In PyCharm, community and professional both I discuss. Jupyter Notebook, Spider, Eclipse, VS Code, all these IDs I'll be showing you, right? So in real time, we use these IDs for different environments. This Python is preferred. Different environments, different IDs are preferred, right? I'll be showing you in all these IDs how to download, how to install, and how to work on it, right? Yes. So setup was successful. Just only we are given only the location where you want to install Python, right? Just close it and let us check whether it is successfully installed or not. For Mac OS, how to open will be a little different. Have you done with the installation? Those who are doing parallelly along with me, yes.
Yeah,
So
it's showing over here ideally install certificate command and license and then Python launcher, all those things.
Finally, you can say next and say finish, right? All.
Yeah, it's finished. After that, it's showing like that.
Yes, and to close everything. If it is finally finished, if installation is done, close those things.
Okay.
And in Windows, right? At the bottom search panel, you type CMD, right? Yes. And type Python here. Type Python here means we need to, it should display the Python version. It should display the Python version, right? Yeah. Which version? 3.11.2, that what we have installed. And you can see this 3 arrow symbol here. This is what Python interpreter. Yes, Python interpreter where we can write and execute the Python statements. Means we can interact with Python statement by statement. We can interact by Python statement by statement, right? Yes, just observe here. Any valid Python statement, you can type 3 plus 4, I'm saying. 3 plus 4, it gives 7, right? X is 10, Y is 2. X into Y means 10 into 2. 20. X plus Y.
Sir, so in here terminal also I type Python.
Yeah, in terminal, yes. In Mac OS and in Linux OS, you will get terminal, right? In terminal,
Yeah.
type Python. Python, if you type, did it show the Python version?
And just a second. Yeah, it's showing 3.2 9.15.
3 point?
9.15.
Yes.
Python 3.9.15 packaged by Conda Forge main like that.
Okay. So 1 second. So by default, okay, default. So 1 second. In Linux, you'll get terminal, right? Terminal. So if Python, if you type Python by default, it will be taking Python to Python 3, you type and say enter. Python 3, you say 3 version, right? Yes.
Python 3. Okay. So here, okay.
Python 3, you say and say enter, right? Yes. So if you want to come out of the previous one, right? Yes. If you want to come out of the previous one, say quit here.
Okay.
Quit.
Yeah.
So if you want to come out of this interpreter, means this one.
It's only quit, not dollar. Like
Quit,
that.
quit this one. Dollar is your terminal, right? That's
Okay, yeah. Use quit or control D. Okay, to exit.
Quit.
Yeah.
And those who are in Linux or in Mac OS, try to type Python 3 for opening 3 version and say enter.
Name error. Wait, let me do it.
In the terminal Python 3.
1 second. Still, it's showing the same Python 3.9.15.
What version of Python you have installed?
3.11 point something. You told 11.2.
Hmm. 3.9 already showing Python or Python.
Yeah. Or I can maybe it may be before it was installed, so I can avoid that one.
Okay, you can uninstall it, right? If it is already there, and you can install this. By default, it is taking that. Okay. So once again, we can install multiple. So that stable version is 3.9. Python 3.9 is the stable version of Python. So mostly used version. There we won't see much differences between 3.9, 3.11. So generally, you can install multiple versions of Python in your system. Just observe here. Here in my system, right? If we take P 3.8 available, 3.9 available, 3.10 and 3.11, all the 4 versions installed in my system. But generally it will ask a path, like a checkbox. It will ask while installing, it will ask a checkbox. we need to
Okay.
select add Python path to the. So okay, the path will be added, right? So okay, Python, if it is working for Python, right? Everyone try to install. In the case of Linux also, right? Default, no need of any installation in the terminal, right? Just say Python. Actually, Python, if you type Python 2 version gets open. If you say Python 3 version gets opened, the latest version, right? And sometimes if you're Linux, if you're using the older version of Linux, and you will get the older version of Python, right? So in such case, in Linux environment, if anybody wants the latest version of Python to be installed, those who wants to work with Python within the Linux environment, for those people, if you want the latest version of Python to be installed in your system, right? Just to go with this command, right? Linux command. So generally we do everything from the root user, right? In Linux. So just use sudo apt-get install Python 3.11. So sometimes 3.11 won't be supporting. 3.10 you can go in such case. 3.11 if it is not supported, 3.10. So even if you go with some IDs like Jupyter Notebook, all these things is still 3.9 only it's using, right? By default, you will get 3.9 version only. Still, the 3.10 or 11 is not supported in this. Some of the IDs by default it takes 3.9. Okay, fine. This is Python installation, right? So later I'll show you, right, working with different types of IDs. After we done this little bit of technical content. So now Python execution modes, different ways of executing, right, your Python code. Python execution mode, Python execution mode. Two modes of execution, right? Interactive mode, first is what? Interactive mode and batch mode. Interactive mode and batch mode. Batch mode, right? Yes. Interactive mode means here we direct, just now I said, right, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement, like this, statement by statement, and finally you can say quit to come out. For every statement it gives response, right? Interactive mode, here we directly type, and we can also install Python in your mobile phones, right? We can type your code and execute the code within the smartphones also. Go to the Play Store, and type Python IDE, If you indicate a development environment, you will get many IDs for Python. You can download it and you can install it, right? And work with it. Here we directly type Python statements. In the case of interactive mode, we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. And the user can easily interact. See, here we directly type Python statements. We directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact. With Python. User can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Okay. The advantage of interactive mode, what advantage we see in interactive mode means, for example, if it doesn't know about any particular functionality, you can type that and check it what output it is going to provide. Based on that, you can analyze what is it for. To test the functionalities of Python, and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, this interactive mode works better. But for developing applications, right? Test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. But to develop applications, right? This interactive mode won't work. We need to go for batch mode. For developing applications in Python, we go for batch mode. Batch mode means batch of statements, set of statements. Like other programming languages, we use like batch of statements and save it by using .py extension. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs and save it. Save it by using .py extension and later submit it to Python right? Yes. We had set of statements within editors IDs, save it by using .py extension, later submit it to Python, right? Yes. So what are the various IDs where we can write the Python code, and what are the various IDs, integrated development environment, where I can write the Python code? Various editors. Node plus, edit plus. So within the notepad, you can write the Python code and save it as .py extension within the edit plus. These two are for Windows environment. For Linux, like VI Nano, right? Any text editors we can use, right? Any text editors, and you can create a .py file. VI Nano editors, right? And various IDEs. These are the editors where we can write the Python code, that is create a .py file. Any text editors, right? Various IDEs. In real time, we use this IDEs, right? IDEs. Like we have got many IDEs are there. PyCharm, PyDev, Spider,
Are these IDs can be used for Java also, or it is specific to Python?
this Eclipse and NetBeans can be used for Java. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter Notebook. Anaconda distribution, where we can see most of these IDs, and VS Code, Visual Studio Code, right? So among all these, PyCharm is the mostly used IDE, right, for Python. So why, you may ask, why this many IDs for Python? Why not one or two? Because Python is used for different environments, right? Like within data science environment, big data, animations, gaming, networking, right? And for databases. So for different environments, Python is preferred. So different environments use different IDs. For example, for data science environment, for data analysis predictions, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Spider is mostly preferred, and for big data environment, the Spider is mostly preferred. Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. For typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code is preferred. In this way, for different environments, different IDs can be used, right? I'll be showing you later how to download it and how to install and how to run your code on these things, right? Yes. So yes, first we'll see one example on this editors, right? Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within a editor, right? Yes. The first Python application within a editor. Example like Notepad. Just open Notepad and type the following Python statements. See, up to now we didn't discuss anything about Python or Python statements, right? So as of now, what I do, just I'll take two values, two numbers, right? Two values or two numbers like x as 10, y as 20, right? I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operation, x plus y, x minus y, print x into y and x by y, right? Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. So just I'll copy this to a separate notepad file. Into separate notepad file, right? I'm opening notepad, paste it, save it. Sample1 dot where I'm saving it in Python. We have created a folder in the last class, a separate folder for this batch where I'll be saving all the program codes within this sample1 dot py extension, right? Yeah. Now, okay, you have written this code and saved it as sample1 dot py, right? Yes. So I'm writing here, save as sample1 dot py. And now submit this file to Python. And now submit this file to Python. And now submit this file to Python as. So go to this command prompt, right? Just to go to this command prompt by typing cmd here and just type Python. Don't say enter. If you say enter, it will go to interactive mode. And just specify the path C:, where your Python is stored, C/ Python 6 a.m. right, Python 6 a.m. right, slash Python 6 a.m. slash 6 a.m. batch, 6 a.m. batch. Within that, I've stored it as sample1 dot py and say enter. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20, right? Yes. Observe, right? Submit your, in what is your file name, in which folder, in which directory, give the entire path of the file, right? Then you got the output. Yes, understood, right? So just go to the command prompt, and in the case of Mac OS or Linux, just in the terminal type Python and specify the file name or the path of the file where it is available, say, right? But here, what is your observation here? In here, what is your observation? Here, we are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place. Where we are writing the code? Within the notepad. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. Executing at the other place. Where we are executing? Within the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place. To write and execute within the same place. We have IDLE integrated development learning environment, IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. We can write and execute at the same place, right? Yes. But to write and execute within the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. So I'll show you how to open this IDLE, right? How to open this IDLE and how we can write the code and execute the code at the same place. Everyone try to follow this IDLE, where we can write and execute within the same place. So go to the start programs, bottom left corner. Scroll down where your Python is available here. Python 3.11. IDLE, you can see that. IDLE, you can see. Yeah, this Python shell is going to get open in this way. So in the Mac OS, you can search IDLE, right? And click that IDLE. IDLE gets opened. You will get this interactive mode. Here, you will get this interactive mode first. Any valid Python statements you can interact. 3 plus 5. But I doesn't want interactive mode. I want batch mode. So file, new file, you should say. File, new file. One new file gets created, right? So give the values x as 10, y as 5, print x plus y, x minus y. There's some code you can write. X plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by y. I've written some code, and we can write the code here itself. We can run here, run module here, run here itself, right? Writing here itself, executing here itself. But previously, writing at one place, executing at the one place, right? It's little complex. So here we can first save it. File, save. example do.py. Just observe here, we can run module. What is it? 10 plus 5, 10 minus 5, 10 into 5, and 10 by 5. Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiply. Yes.
In Mac, there is no as such option like file, edit, format, such kind of thing. So it's executing line by line. Like I'm writing print x plus y, so it's showing 15.
At the top left corner, file option will be there. You
No,
see.
it's nothing over there.
Just move your cursor to the top left corner.
No, sir, it's nothing. It's like it's started from Python 3.11.2 and something it's written, and there is nothing in that.
Python 3.11.2 you got now.
Yeah, I got that one because ideally is from there only.
So ideally you got, right? Can you
Yeah.
share your screen in Zoom?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Did you get?
Share screen option will be there, right? On green
Yeah,
color
yeah.
button. Click it.
Yeah, yeah. Right, record this computer screen. So it's grant
Beside-
access to the privacy.
Beside the chart, right? You can see share screen.
Yeah. I think there is a privacy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is getting shared. Yeah, share the screen, right? Share that. Okay, I can see the screen, but that page, you can see that Python course content. I can see the Python course content. Stop share again, we can reshare that. The first option you need to select share. See in that Mac OS, yes, the interactive mode is there, right? Okay, 1 second. Are you sharing?
Now can you see?
No, once again, reshare your screen.
Okay. No. So this one. This share. Now?
No.
In window, ideally.
Okay, observe this, not a problem. Once you have got ideally got opened, right? See, whenever you open ideally, you will get in this way. Whenever ideally gets opened, you will see in this way, right? You are getting this. Yes?
Yeah, this one I'm getting, yeah.
If you scroll your mouse up, right? Actually, it will be in the sleep mode. If you just scroll your mouse up, you will get file. Just go up in the same window only. In the same window, if you just move your cursor to the top left corner, you will see file edit.
No, it's nothing like that. In window also I'm sharing entire screen.
1 second, I'll stop share.
Are you getting now?
No. Beside the chart panel, share screen option will be there.
Yeah, it's share. I'm sharing, but it's a like choose and window. I shared ideally shell. and share, then I don't know why it is not taking. I'm sharing, but it's not taking that.
Hello, Vijay.
Yes.
I understand that the Python 2.x and 3.x are not backward compatibility. 3. Whatever you develop in 2.x that you cannot execute using the 3.x, right?
So everything, the small changes which differences are there, right? Whatever you developed in 2.x and 3.x, yes, we need to change the code accordingly as per the 3.x. Otherwise, you need to go with the 2.7 version.
So change in the sense, let's say if we have already developed a product in 2.7,
So you
then
need to,
is it a big changes?
it's not that you will be changing the entire code, right? There'll be some minor changes out there, not like huge, very every line, you know, no need to change it. Small changes will be there, right?
Okay, with this small changes, still you can migrate to 3.x.
3.x.
Okay.
So here, this is whenever you open ideally, we will see this the 3 arrow symbol. In Mac OS also, if you can see, right, if you just move your mouse up, this file option will be there compulsory, because this is the window which consists of file edit, right? Within the same window, I am just typing in interactive mode 3 + 7. In the same window, you can see file edit, but actually, if you move the cursor up only, you will be getting in Mac OS. File edit shell debug. File is there. If you say file, new file, you need to say file, new file. And if you say only, then you will get this run option. Say file, new file. Just say file, new file. This here itself we can write the code. Here itself we can run the code there, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So one second, I'm closing this. So yes, this is what we have discussed in today's session: Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes, working with editors, and IDEs. I'll be discussing, right, later. I'll be after discussing a little bit of technical content. We'll go with IDEs installation, right, execution on this, developing the first Python application, right? Fine. So tomorrow I'll just enter into the Python fundamentals, right? What happens internally whenever we define some variables. Okay. So my discussion will be like Python variables and data types. What happens internally? How the memory is allocated, right? How to print the content, how to print the address, how to print the type of a particular variable, right? Any queries as part of today's session?
Sir, due to power failure, I just joined, sir. Actually.
Yes.
So, sir, installation process over here.
The installation process is said. So once you check your mail IDs, right? Whatever mail IDs you have entered into this meeting, check those mail IDs, right? You'll be getting that recorded sessions, right? YouTube links, YouTube videos link will be provided, right?
Okay, sir. I will go through it. If any doubt is there, I will ask you.
Next session. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Python is a simple installation. Hardly takes 2 to 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, sir. Bye.
Yes, and so Python has got a great boom because of this modules and modular programming. So I'll be discussing models related to different environments, different domains, so that you will get an idea how to work with the models, how to use the models, how to explore it, how to get the help on it, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, all these, right? So as part of this, I'm going to discuss some models related to data science like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, some models related to big data, some models related to operating system, some models related to database, some models related to graphics, some related to regular expressions. Different modules I'll be using, I'll be just covering as part of this, right?
So Vijay, so normally in Java we used to set home path and all, but in Python nothing is required, no?
See, actually in Python also it's required, but if I said first time when you install Python, you will get a window, right?
Yes.
Customize standard installation or customized installation to ask first.
Okay.
At that time, one checkbox will come at the bottom. A checkbox will come.
Yeah. Two
Add,
checkbooks was coming. Yeah.
yes, two checkbox. In that one checkbox, add Python to path variable of OS.
Okay. That one we
Yes,
selected, so
you
it was
select it,
already added.
automatically it gets added. If you are not
Okay.
selecting it, then manually you need to set as like Java, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Tomorrow is same link.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow also everyone you can follow the same timing, same link to see more on this Python. So tomorrow I'll be just discussing some basic technical part of Python. Right. So
Sir,
for
what is the difference between writing inside the int and without int?
with
Without int, sir. With int, without int.
index you are saying
Yes, sir.
index equal to 10 and x
Yes,
equal to 10. So in Python, there is no concept of defining int here. Data types directly what value you have assigned integer, then integer variable creates dynamic data types in Python. In Python, dynamic data types like other programming index, float wise, strings, no need. X equal 10 means based upon what value you have assigned, the variable x creates dynamically. X is what integer variable creates. How? As you assign integer value. Y equal to 4.5, a float variable gets created dynamically. Why? Because you have assigned a float value. Based upon what value you have assigned, compulsorily value should be assigned. If value not assigned, variable won't be created in Python. Z equal to hello means, right? A string variable creates what value you have assigned based on that, but there is no concept dynamic data types in Python, right? No need to define the data types. Directly we can give the values.
And
So that's
also,
what that
Vijay, here is no concept of main and all, no?
no need of all the main semicolons, all those statements, right? Directly we can go with.
And also, like if normally in Java, if you not declare a variable, you can't use it. But here, nothing like that, no?
Directly accept the value of that x you will give y equal to, you can give some value and use it.
Okay.
Sir, and day before yesterday's session, you have taken this int and right side of the formula like that. Int. That I'm asking, sir, actually. You applied int and right side while taking these two values x and y. Yes, sir.
X equal to whenever I'm using input function and accepting the user enter value of x. Enter value of x in Java, Python, all these languages, right? If you're there, if you are accepting any input from the keyboard, enter value of x, entering the value from the user or keyboard, right? Yes. Whatever you enter, it will be taken as string only.
Yeah.
So later we need to typecasting for typecasting purpose. This one, keep into before it. Typecast to integer. It will be taken as string using input. Whatever you input will be taken as string. Typecast to integer. This is typecasting, not like data type defining. We'll be discussing the input.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Yeah. So tomorrow my discussion will be on data types and variables only. How to define, what happens internally, how to print the content, how to print the address, all the things, right? Fine. So yes,
Vijay,
yes,
sir.
yeah.
So you in the syllabus part, you have mentioned 30 topics, right? So those 30 topics will be covered as part
Yes.
of this course.
Yes.
Okay.
So the in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about all those things, right? What are we discuss? That is for only Python, right? And people who go for full stack, I'll be discussing HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Django, and okay, with a project. So who wants to go? And you can see in that chart panel, right? The contact details of this online team is provided for any can, and also for the payment details of the procedure is provided there, right? Yes. And if anyone has missed the session, yesterday's introductory session, right? So like the videos you'll be getting today to your mail IDs. Otherwise, tomorrow's session, all the videos, whatever we discussed till now, they will be getting YouTube videos. Link will be provided, right? Tomorrow in the chat panel. Or today you will be getting to your mail IDs, whatever you have logged in, right? To that mail IDs, they'll forward the video links, right? Fine.
The soft copy will be provided through email. Will you
Yes.
provide all soft copy material
Yes.
before the section starts?
Yes.
Or
So
yeah,
here
that will.
today was our first technical session, right? Installations, execution modes. Tomorrow we go. So yes, you'll be getting the soft copy of the notes. You'll be getting the videos, right? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, you can attend the sessions, right? Everyone you can attend the sessions, but only next 2 sessions you can attend. Later the link will be changing, right? Those who got
Okay.
enrolled, you'll be getting the link. So immediately a WhatsApp group will be created and a Google Drive where you can see all the videos in that. That link will be provided to you where daily one video will be added to that. You can check in that and notes.
Is there any Python material you already have? Will you be sharing any Python material, or is it only the notes? The soft copy means.
Notes.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you.
So, okay, fine. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Oh, yeah.
We want to have this MySQL class parallelly with all this after 25 days, as you said last day.
No, we'll be
So-
no. Parallel MySQL won't go now. So before we start with that, I'll be discussing it.
Okay.
So fine.
Sir, actually, I have to pay the fees, but they have to. But yesterday I have to attend at 7 p.m. batch. But this your syllabus is very far away.
Okay, you mean to say you joined evening batch? Evening batch started almost 2 weeks back, right? 10 days
Okay.
to 2 weeks back. Right?
But they have to link sharing me the evening batch.
No. One thing, as you asked, they might be sharing you, right? As you asked for the evening batch. So you attend these few classes of this morning batch. Later, if there'll be an evening batch within 10 days of time, right? Within 10 days of time, there'll be an evening batch to be intimated, right? So
Okay.
meanwhile, you go with the morning batch if you've been able to attend.
Yes.
Once you get enrolled, right, you can attend any of my batches. Anyone, once you get enrolled to Python or this whatever full stack, right, you can attend any of my batches. Tomorrow, if your job timings has changed, your shift has changed, then you can shift to morning or evening, or after you can re-attend the other batch for revision purpose also, right? So that's what.
Then
So,
team is the sharing link, sir, morning or evening.
so yes, meanwhile, if you are able to attend or you can able to follow the videos if you are unable to attend. So meanwhile, evening batch starts after 10 days, right? It will be scheduled, right?
Okay.
We can attend the evening batch.
Okay, sir.
Don't attend that evening batch, which is already started 2 weeks ago, right?
Okay, sure.
Yes.
So can you
much
please
better.
share the parallel batch videos for the full stack Python? So the parallel, what are the parallel classes you will be taking for the?
So
full
if
stack
anybody
Python?
has got, if anyone has got urgency, right? So you can just intimate me, right? Once you got enrolled, you can just intimate me so that I'll ask them to attend in multiple. If anybody has got very urgency in, so if you want to
Okay,
go
okay.
Python core and Python advanced, if you want to go parallelly, or Python and Django if you want to go parallelly, or Python or UI technologies, right? I'll ask them to attend multiple parallel batches. Okay.
Sir, as you said, after 10 days, you will start the evening batch. You will take the charge.
Yes. So after, yes, once you get, that's what I'm saying, right? Once you get enrolled, now you can continue whenever that evening batch starts. You can either start from the beginning or from which lecture onwards, like you can attend that. Right?
Okay.
Fine. So I'm running out of time, so I'll stop for now. We'll continue tomorrow. Same time, you can follow the same link, more discussion on this, right? Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.